The first-person puzzle game is definitely one of those genres that I play sparingly, but some of the titles within it are all-time classics. Portal 1, Portal 2, some parts of The Witness are just amazing. But then there's other titles within that genre that I dearly love, like Cube 2, and I've even really enjoyed something like The Turing Test. So when the Sojourn came out this past Friday on the Xbox One, the PC, and PlayStation 4, I was excited to dig in, hoping that the Sojourn could be like those other games. Was it? Well, not really. What's going on, guys? Randall419, the man with the million, back again with another video. Hope everyone is having a great Monday. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for future content. I greatly appreciate it. Now, I'm playing the Sojourn on an Xbox One X. That's where all the footage is captured from in performance mode. Yes, the game actually has an option to prefer resolution, and I think it's pretty cool. At least you're given the choice. But anyways, this game is also $25, and I'm going to answer, of course, if I would recommend this to anybody at the end of the review. Now, the absolute best thing about the game, in my opinion, isn't the puzzles or the story. Because quite honestly, the story is all inferred from environmental storytelling. There's no voiceovers, there's no dialogue. You just kind of look at figures that are built as you go, as you follow the lights throughout the 4 chapters the game has to offer, and about around 50 to 55 puzzles, which will take you, depending how smart you are, because some of the puzzles actually get pretty tricky, anywhere probably between 5 to 10 hours. I know that's a pretty big gap of time there, but honestly, I've spent 30 minutes on a single puzzle, scratching my head wondering how do I solve it, where other puzzles only took like 2 minutes long. So it greatly depends on your acumen, how long you'll actually spend there to play through the game. But look at how gorgeous this game actually looks. The 4 chapters, each one has their own distinct style, its own distinct color palette, and the game looked absolutely stunning at times on my television. But when the best thing about a game, especially a puzzle game, is its visuals, then that doesn't speak well for everything else, right? So the puzzles themselves, what exactly are you trying to do in this game? Well, there are 2 worlds. You have the normal world, the light world, and the dark world. And when you step into the dark world, things appear. Broken walkways will appear mended, and you can walk past them. And this is kind of where the things start to drag down. You can swap places with statues. You can turn generators into certain directions. You can ring harps to recreate broken walkways. And if that really doesn't sound interesting, it's because it's not. If your idea of a good time is spending 6 hours swapping places with a statue over and over again, then maybe this game is for you. Because the biggest problem that the Sojourn has is the puzzles themselves. And it's not really a bad game whatsoever. It's that as I went through trying to solve the puzzles, I got less and less interested in the game and what it was trying to do every single chapter, to the point where when I got to chapter 4, I didn't even know if I wanted to actually continue the game. So like I said, they introduce you to this dark world, and the mechanics and how they want you to solve the puzzles get more complicated all the time. You end up even having these little archways that you walk under that will change you permanently to light world or the dark world. There's an eye that you can pick up that when you look at it will transport you to the dark world. So they add all those different elements, they make the puzzles harder, but there was no incentive to push through. The puzzles in something like Portal 2 are god tier, and then you have the story that goes along with it, making you want to experience it, all the way through. And maybe I shouldn't compare it to something like that, because that is the pinnacle of the genre. And something like The Witness, an absolutely gorgeous game, but definitely one for people that are really smart, because the puzzles there are going to challenge you, to push you to get better, so you feel that sense of satisfaction when you finish it, to kind of like find out what's going on in that crazy world. So maybe you shouldn't really compare it to that. So I guess you'd probably an apt comparison would be like the Turing test, maybe the Talos principle, or Cube 2. Now, I quite enjoyed the Turing test in Cube 2, mainly because even though in like the Turing test, maybe some of the puzzles weren't that good, I was interested in the story they were trying to tell in, so I wanted to get to the end to find out what happened. And in the Cube 2, I just really enjoyed the puzzles on offer, so I wanted to get to the end. Unfortunately, with the Sojourn, since the story's not that interesting and the puzzles just become more of a chore and a chore every single time to go through, I just wanted to stop playing, which is a shame because of how gorgeous this game looks. It's presented impeccably, and I thought maybe there'd be something story-wise that would go along with it, that would want me to, encourage to finish it. And maybe, okay, the first level has you switching places with the statue. Maybe that's just kind of the introductory thing. But no, you switch places with statues. That's one of the main ways you solve puzzles. And after a while, I just didn't care anymore. It's set up just like Portal, just like Turing Test, just like Cube 2. You walk into a room, it presents you with a challenge to get to an end. You have to release a ball of light, and when you actually finish that ball of light, a rest of the level will build, and it will offer you a challenge to get a merit, they're called, right? And I started doing those in the beginning, but your reward for actually completing these extended challenges is just a scroll that basically has like a life lesson on it. I know it deals with the story of the game, but it kind of read like fortune cookies. And after a while, I just stopped doing it because it just was so boring to actually do. But I trudged on because I wanted to finish the game, to make a video for you guys, for anybody out there who's interested in it. And I think I clocked in at about 5 hours, the 4 chapters. So, as you can tell, I didn't really care for this game. Would I recommend it? Maybe if you're a huge puzzle fan and you want something to play, surely. But maybe not at $25. For everybody else, I think this is a skip. Maybe check it out when it's deep sale, $5 or $10, just to see like the world that they built, the visual style, because it does look stunning. And maybe if the puzzle solving that you're seeing here on screen interests you, then maybe consider that. But honestly, I can't really recommend this game. I found the puzzles to be completely boring. And when your whole thing is a puzzle game and the puzzles aren't very good, then that's a skip for me. And I hate really being harsh about games, but unfortunately that's the truth here with this one. Anyways, guys, that's my Rans in the Spotlight for the Sojourn. Available now on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC for $25. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel for more content, share this out on social media, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I drop a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.